I literally completely forgot to add the butter in. Hi everyone, thanks for being here. My name's Melanie and this is my channel, Bacon Grease Goddess. I recently went to a peach orchard with one of my friends and picked way too many peaches. So today it's all about peach pie. The first thing we're gonna get started with is the crust. So for this crust, I'm gonna be doing a gluten-free crust. I'm using Bob's Red Mill 1-for-1 gluten-free flour, and I want this crust to be sturdy to hold up to the peaches. They're really juicy. So we're gonna be adding our gluten-free flour, our baking powder, salt, 1 tablespoon of coconut palm sugar. Let's get that stirred together. So this is just like a typical pastry, only it's going to be gluten-free. And then we're gonna go ahead and add into the middle here 1 beaten egg, a few tablespoons of water mixed with my vinegar, but we're gonna start off with 2 tablespoons of water and see if we need to add any more. I literally completely forgot to add the butter in first. I wonder if I can just dump the liquid out, if it will actually like come out. Okay, I got as much of the liquid out as I can. This is gonna be interesting. I've never actually done that, but hey, it's real life. So let's go ahead and add in our butter and get that cut in. What can you do? Sometimes life just happens and you just gotta roll with the punches. I think this is still gonna work. I'm gonna actually just pour back in my egg and my water, and then our dough pastry should begin to form a ball. All right, our dough has come together into a nice dough ball. We're gonna go ahead and set this in the fridge and work on our peach filling. So as I mentioned, I went to a peach orchard and I picked these peaches. And let me tell you a little bit about the prep. So for these peaches, I actually picked them, washed them, soaked them in vinegar water, and then I popped them into boiling water for a few minutes. And right before I put them in the boiling water, I actually pared their skin, and so that the skins would remove easier. I pulled them out of the boiling water and put them right into an ice bath and just let them cool down, and then I just kept peeling. And the peaches are really small, so this was a ton of peaches. So it's about 5 to 6 cups, and these are juicy and sweet. They're really juicy. That means we need to add a thickener. We're gonna use cornstarch, some cinnamon, some lemon juice, and some coconut palm sugar. We'll do a little bit of vanilla, just eyeball it, but about a teaspoon. After we get this mixed up, we do want to taste this, because if it's not sweet enough, you never know when you're dealing with fresh fruit if you're gonna wanna use a little bit more sweetener. So before we roll out our crust, let's go ahead and make our crumble topping. So I've got my gluten-free flour in here and some almond flour. I'm gonna add in my coconut palm sugar and some salt. We're gonna stir that up, and then we're gonna put this on the top at the end. Let's go ahead and add in our butter. And so our butter's soft, so when we stir it up, it's gonna make some nice crumble chunks. I'm gonna show you the secret to rolling out your gluten-free pie crust and keep it tender. And we're gonna roll it out between 2 pieces of saran wrap. So I got the countertop a little bit wet, so this is gonna stick. And then we've got our pie dough. And this pie dough, I have almost tried to mess it up like 2 times now. When I went to sprinkle the salt in, it didn't completely come out. So we're actually just gonna rub the salt in as we roll out the pie. Now, instead of using flour, I don't wanna use any flour, I'm gonna put another layer of saran wrap over. Now we're gonna get our rolling pin. We're gonna roll out our pie dough. Got our buttered pie dish. What we're gonna do is we're gonna carefully lift up our pie dough, and we're just gonna place it right in the pie. It's okay if it breaks, because you're just gonna press it down, And then you're going to use the pieces to just connect everything together, and then you can press it together. Wow, look at this filling, and look at our beautiful pie crust. Look at how pretty, and it's not even baked. And now we get to get our crumble right on top. And the secret to everything, add more butter. We're gonna put our pie onto a baking sheet. We're gonna get this into the oven, and I'm going to be watching this outer crust. If it's getting too brown, I'm gonna just cover it with foil. Let's go ahead and get this into the oven though. Look at this beautiful, fresh peach crumb-topped pie. We're supposed to let it set for 3 hours and let it cool. It's only been 1 hour, but we're just gonna have to dig in. So we're kind of breaking the rules there. And then I usually make whipped cream to go on my pies, but I'm gonna insist on some vanilla ice cream with this peach pie. All right. How about that? Warm peach crumble pie. Wow, from the orchard to a pie in 4 days. I cannot describe to you the freshness, the flavor. It's not too sweet, and it is just so delicious. It's almost like you just want to sit down and just enjoy it. It is so good. You guys, I'll leave my recipe below. If you try it out, don't forget to let me know. And hey, thanks for joining me. Leave me a comment. What's your favorite fruit pie? Thanks you guys for watching. Have a good night.